Hey everyone, Burton's back, and we finally got a claim. It only took us about 10 years. We got a claim on the Cape of Eagles, which is fine, that's part of our plan here. We've moved on to Mistlewood to try to get a claim there as well. We've still got 4 years yet. And if we can manage to get something off Freylands perhaps, or even Erinford also, that'll help us with our lands which we already have in the Twins. Excellent. In the meantime, we've married off Rygar's son. We've stopped in our little plot only because if we try and get the High Lordship, we're going to have to be bribing a lot of people, and if we're spending about 20 to, I don't know, 50 gold a time, we're going to run out fairly fast, so we're not going to bother with that so far. Our Spy Master Varys, he's been doing a great job for us so far. He's been uncovering blackmail plots everywhere. He's found out a couple of lords are homosexual. Each one of them's getting us about 50 golds. So we've done that about 3 times now, so if he can carry on with that, I'm happy. Well, what's happening here? We've got another revolt. So, we're having a few peasant revolts. I mean, it's nothing that's not going to be handled straight away. So, we ain't even going to concern ourselves with that. What we are going to concern ourselves with is the fact that we still don't have a daughter. So let's cancel the improved stewardship ability for now. And we'll go ahead and try and get ourselves an heir. I mean, ideally, I was wanting to increase our base stats. But there's not a lot we can do there. Right, something's happening in the Twins. What is going on? Well, not in the Twins. Up here. Lord Leslin of the Crossing and Lord Raymond of Erinford's War for the Crossing. There we go. I believe I called this last episode. This cheeky so-and-so is going for the High Lordship of the Crossing. Now, I'm not overly keen on that fact. In fact, is there anything we can do? No. Given the beating that the Freys have had recently in the wars that they've been in, and the fact that I've taken the Twins, I think they're going to lose this. I think there's going to be a new High Lord here. And it's going to be this guy. A guy who no one has heard of House Erinford. I mean, I think it might be slightly equal. Let's have a look at their armies. Mostly infantry. And that's a bit more of a mix. It's not going to do too much though. And they're not even joining together. Well, it is what it is. It just means that we're going to have to... we're just going to have to take that title away from them though. Which is fine. It gives us something to aim for. And they're going to meet in the... What's happened? Where have they gone to? Oh, there it is. And they're fighting in my lands. Now the good thing about this is both sides are going to be getting weaker, fighting each other. That's going to make it a hell of a lot easier for us to take over when we do manage to get more claims. Now, the fact that the claims are taking a long time is something that, you know, we can't do anything about really. We've got our people working where they can. We'll try again to get some taxes. Let's try it in the Twins. Because if our bank balance looks good, it means that we can get more mercenaries when we're going ahead to take some things over. And next on our list, Cape of Eagles. So we might very well find that Rygar, or Rhaegar, however you want to say it, gets a bit of lands. You never know. So it looks like Robert has quelled one of the peasant revolts, so that's fine. The one in Dawn's still going on though. The one in the north is all done and dusted. Okay. So pick an ambition, have a son. Where are we? There we go. So hopefully we can do that quite quick. I just want to get that out of the way. And then that way I really don't have to worry too much if we're in the wars. Because if you remember back, my father went into the wars, he was struck in the head, went to bed, didn't really recover from that. Prince Rhaegar has arrested an armed man with ragged armour and a spotty horse. He says that the man claims to be a hedge knight, but clearly doesn't believe the statements. Well, he's a bandit, so fair play to you for catching him. No, this isn't going too well for them, I don't think. They're not really pushing anything, they're just sitting up here, besieging. Varys again, here we go. He's found another potential homosexual. Let's blackmail him, try and get some money. Who knew there were so many people hiding secrets in Riverrun? You would have thought that King's Landing would have been worse for this kind of thing. I'm liking it, he's earning his keep, and that's exactly what we need to do. Because with these sort of episodes where we're sitting here mainly waiting for things to happen, it does good that we can get the odd plot or two going. Lord Lesson of the Crossings founded the Pole's Paramount Holster. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do too much, because Holster is 61, he's going to be dead fairly soon anyway, and then we're going to have to deal with Edmure. Edmure doesn't have a wife yet. Yeah, so that means that if he was to go, it would either be Catelyn or Lysa. Something to have a think about, but to be honest, I don't think we're going to be touching anything there. No meddling going on there. There we go, it looks like that's over. So, he's now the High Lord of the Crossing. Now that means there's going to be a lot of people who aren't happy, so he decides the Lordship of the Twins. Is there anything we could do about that? Let's see. Oh, we can't incite anyone to revolt. We might just have to wait till he tries to get a claim on it. For example, right now, if we try to get it, you can see that there's not many people who support us. Obviously, the Brackens are pretty much on our side, but besides them, we're quite limited. Let's crack up the pace a little bit. Hopefully, Elia will get me another claim. And then when we press it against the remaining phrase, or the new High Lord of the Crossing, we can do quite a bit of damage to him, or at least until the manpower. This peasant revolt's been going on for a good while now. It's Anders of Lemonwood. Oh, and there's another one going on. No, people aren't too happy. I don't know whether it's because of the taxes. Oh, Holster wants me to go to a grand feast in Riverrun. I'll travel to your feast. We'll see what this is about. Always got to keep one eye on these. Nothing too much has changed except for the fact he's had quite a lot of kids. So their line of succession is safe. So Holster has greeted us warmly to his feast. Wine is served and the most delicious scents came from the kitchen. Well, thanks for having us. Much thought and consideration has been put into the courses served at Holster's feast. The venison was so tender, it almost melted on the tongue. The board delicious, the cheese many and palpable, but the dessert outdid all other dishes. A large cake with cream, honey and berries. Well, it was. Yeah, it was heavenly. Why would we claim it for Felina Faye? The good news is, now that he's no longer Lord of the Crossing, we can go ahead and press our claim on here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're not going to call the Brackens in, because I don't think we'll need them. We'll see how many of these guys can raise. So here we go. That's more than I actually thought they would. So the twins can raise about 1,000. So we'll raise them up right now. Oh, in fact, we can't raise 1,000. Simmons, you will have them. And I will command these. So it's really just going to be a harrying force. If we can actually keep them at bay with this force here, these are quickly going to take care of the reserve forces. There's not much point, well I don't think so anyway, in pulling up anyone down here, because by the time the troops get up north there's not going to be much to even think about. Not much action left. We can get an additional 200s here or so, so we'll pull them up. Right, they're staying. Yeah, we're going home, that's fine. So they're still trying to join up, which is fine. It means we're going to have no pressure while we push and take care of these two units here. So Simmons is going to be taking care of these firstly. In fact, how long is it going to take them? 12th of August. If we were to move to Freylands, we would be there on the 6th of August. We'll do that, we'll be able to cut off both. Hopefully they won't get wind of that. Right, we've engaged in our first little battle here. And this should be fairly simple, we should be able to take these straight away. Still the army of Alan is unaware. We've won the first battle, we're into the second one. They're already turning, that's perfectly fine. Now I wasn't expecting this. When they were actually retreating, they've retreated into my weaker force, so they might actually take me here. Well, they haven't actually managed to do so, which is perfectly fine by me. They're running, so let's catch them as they're running into my lands. Okay, so far so good. We'll get you over to Freylands, you can join up with our main force. Meanwhile, we'll harry these all the way down. Or shall we? 30th of September they're going to arrive, so they're going to come straight back up to the Freylands. If we can make it to the twins before then, we'll have our modifier. 22nd, 30th, right, we'll make it there in time, that's perfectly fine, we'll keep you there. And hopefully we can entice Captain Allen up into the twins and see if he can test his luck against us. In the meantime, we'll carry on chasing these. Host of Tully is a Master of Laws for Baratheon, nothing new there. Oh, we've had a daughter born to Aegon and Vivian Royce called Helena. And she's a twin. That's really interesting. That means, hopefully, if I can get any sons or daughters, I maybe might try and have a marriage there. Now they're making a move just like before. 8th of October they'll be there. Simmons, we're going to turn you around. You're going to be there 2 days later. So that should solidify the battle, or should it? They've stopped. Okay, regardless of that, we're going to join our forces anyway. We might have to take the fight to Alan. He might have become a bit wiser than I thought. And there we go. My wife is pregnant. So, a couple of pieces of good news there. We're pressing our claim, we're in a good spot for the war, and very soon we're going to have an heir. So I'm going to leave this episode at that. Thanks for watching, thank you for all your comments and your thumbs up. Have a good time.